Hari Om Tats Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. I have always been trying to simplify the spiritual and religious matters and presenting them so that people will understand them and also find it easy to practice. In spite of my effort, what I find is either people refuse to understand or they understand but refuse to practice. Nevertheless, I have been not relenting my efforts to explain the subject because we are supposed to conduct satsang wherever we go. And the purpose of the satsang is to expose the sat, the reality. God is real, that is why God is godly. So as a bounden duty to reveal the truth and truthfulness, I again speak. Today also I do the same. Our personality is a composite one. It consists of more than one part. The external gross part is the body and the senses. But it is not the external body and senses alone. They are only instruments in our personality. Who wields the instruments and makes them work? That is the inner personality. In the inner personality you have mind, intelligence and ego. Besides the body we have only these three. And these three also you will find will resolve into one. That is the truth. The entire spirituality is to make the mind better and better, better and better. In improving the mind, how can you say, I don't want it? In improving and sharpening the intelligence, can anybody, including students, say, we don't want our intelligence to be sharpened? Now the purpose of improving the mind and the intelligence is to enable you to have more and more of joy, contentment, happiness and fulfillment. Can anybody say, I don't want to be joyous and fulfilled? All the answers to these questions are yes. In spite of it, why are you not practicing spirituality properly? Can you give me an answer? Spirituality proposes to improve the quality of the mind. Our mind is producing a number of experiences now, and most of them you don't like. But when it produces joy, everybody likes. Spirituality is the art and process of making the mind more and more qualitative and enriched, so that it will always produce joy all by itself. I have said and shown and proved several times that the objects of the world are inert, including our own body and senses, and they cannot create, generate any experience or knowledge. If the world objects, including our body, cannot produce joy, then where from can we get it? Only from our own inside inner personality. Now the inner personality consisting of mind and intelligence, when will it produce joy? When the quality of the mind improves, it becomes purer, finer, nobler, better, greater and more glorious. Will you not like to have a child who has a glorious mind? Will you not like to have a wife or a husband who has a very noble and great mind? The answer is yes and yes. Then why don't you make your mind and intelligence great, qualitatively better? Now here is spirituality. Vishuddha sattvasya gunah prasada swatma anubhudih parama prasanti triptihi praharshaha Paramatmanistha yaya sadanandarasam samruchati. I am not going to explain the whole of this verse, but only a few words. When the mind becomes better, qualitatively better, purer, you require pure milk, you require pure sugar, you require pure silk, pure gold. Everything we want to be pure. Don't you have to make your mind also pure? So when the purity of the mind goes on increasing and it reaches a state which we call Vishuddha Sattva, it becomes very holy and pure. One who has such a mind, what is the experience he will have? Gunaha prasadaha, prasadaha, prasadaha. He becomes cheerful. He becomes contented. Will you not like to be cheerful? Then why don't you become spiritual? Why don't you improve your mind? Prasadaha, prasannata. Whatever happens in the world, good or bad, your mind and yourself will be cheerful. That cheerfulness is an important factor. Swatmanubhudih parama prasantihi. You will have sufficiently extreme shanti, peacefulness. Triptihi praharshaha. Triptihi, contentment. Praharshaha, exhilaration. Triptihi, contentment. Praharshaha, exhilaration. Tell me whether these qualities or these experiences you will not like or like. If that is so, if you like, then why don't you improve the quality of your mind? Every day, every hour, every half hour, every week, every fortnight, every month, every year. And what is the way for it, you know? Vasishtadeva tells the 16-year-old Rama, my dear Rama, the great Lord who lives in your own heart, first of all you should understand God dwells in the heart of all. So never look for Him outside. If necessary, tie a black cloth over your eyes. God lives in your heart, not outside. Heart is the only place where you can experience anything. Mind is the source of all experiences, including God experience. If that is so, where should you look to for God? Inside your body. So if He is the indweller, do you think the material articles you give Him will ever touch Him and please Him? Who requires your pudding? Who requires your flowers? Who requires your water? Who requires your ornaments? Who requires your unguents? Nothing. So Sri Rama is told by Vasishtha, what the Supreme Lord who dwells in the heart of people, Lord Shiva, He wants the products of the mind and the products of the intelligence. Mind is inside, its products also are inside. Intelligence too is inside, intellectual products also are inside. Offer these, then the Lord will be pleased. This is how you improve the quality of the mind. Be focused on your mind. Never say bad thoughts, good thoughts and these, etc. Whatever the mind produces is a product acceptable to God. So offer them. Don't use the bad against anybody. Don't speak a bad word. Don't have a bad thought about anybody in this world. But offer the bad. bad thoughts to God inside. The mental and intellectual products alone will touch him, not the others. You offer all these things, jumbo offers, and then after half an hour or 1 hour you take them away and distribute it to the others or take home. So offer to the indwelling presence, indwelling God, things of the mind and heart. When you start offering them, you will find minute by minute the quality of the mind and the intelligence improves. And very soon will come a time when the mind will start producing what I have said. What? Prasadaha, prasannata. Then triptihi, praharshaha. Triptihi, contentment. Prasannata, exhilaration. Praharshaha, exhilaration. Tripti. Yaya sadanandarasam samruchadi, by virtue of which you will constantly experience anandarasam, blissfulness. The taste of blissfulness you will have. Such a spirituality, you tell me, what difficulty do you have to practice it? When I get up from here, 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe all of you, come and tell me that, Swamiji, this is difficult. In what way is it difficult? Do you have to stand on your head, go to the Himalayas? Do you have to be richer and more resourceful to do so? Do you want a better health? What do you want? In order to improve the quality of your mind. The practice is inner, simple. You don't require any external resources at all. Think about it and tell me in what way is it difficult and why are you not doing it? Vishuddha sattvasya gunah prasadaha svatmanubhudih parama prashanti tripti praharsha paramatmanistha yaya sadanandarasam samruchadi. Hari Om Tatsat. Hari Om Tatsat. Hari Om Tatsat. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.